Boys and girls, cats and squirrels, today I want to talk about Intel. Because many people hate it, and that's about it. There are very few people that love the Intel system in Cold War Zombies, and many people say it removed the identity of COD Zombies storytelling. And so I want to talk about, did it really do that? Seeing as I've got nearly 1,000 Intel myself. So if you enjoy, leave a like, sub, and comment down below. It's much appreciated, makes you a goat. And let's just start talking. So, let's start with preseason. The preseason Intel. There was, about 100 pieces of Intel, maybe. That's not that bad, right? So there's 74, right? So not even 100. Not that bad. Intel. What is it? Let's talk about that. It's the little pieces of yellow, things on the ground, and you just kind of, get it, pick it up, and it's cool. Maybe it plays an audio log. Maybe it runs through a document so then you can, read it. Something like that, right? Decryption. Maybe it's a cipher. The best part about the Intel system was the fact that you could go back into it in the main menu and just play this audio log. Ulrich Vogel, Director of Project End Station. I don't have the voices on right now. But, you can just go back and go through every single thing here. And that's something that this system was praised for. It was truly good because of it. But when we're getting 500 and I believe 71, it's 78. That's how many pieces of intel there were. 578 through the life cycle of Cold War Zombies. Am I going to sit here with a straight face and tell you, this is a good system? Heck no. Do I think it could have been a good system? Yes. Why do I think that? Because it did bring all this intel into here. And why was it good? Also, other than that, because you just got a lot of cool little pieces of info about the story. Whether it be from Maxis, whether it be from Omega, whether it be from Requiem. The biggest issue is that there was zero connection to the characters in the story. You weren't even playing as them. That is something that Black Ops 6 can truly and utterly improve on just by having that set character cast they said they have. If we just get that alone, this Intel system is 1,000 times better. If we know who Maxis is talking to, or we know who Dr. Gray is talking to, or we know about any of these people, their backstories, we know about who they are, what they're like, who they like, who's their enemies and friends, are they a mole, anything like that. If we get that alone, it is so good for COD Zombies in Black Ops 6, it's not even funny. Y'all don't realize how good that could be. This system, there was already a ton of audio logs in the game. It just was not to this extent. And you couldn't see them in-game outside of listening to them and recording them and then playing them back. Having them in an interface like this actually improves the quality of life on storytelling in COD Zombies. But when we get 578 and it's about reveals to Weaver the location of the Zarpatska Oblast, the Operacja Izbavitel. Where is it taking place? Couldn't this have been in some Intel, as a teaser? Couldn't this have been something like that? Couldn't it have been, in a cutscene into the map, Maybe instead of us getting the intro cutscene to the freaking game, where if we go here and is it in here? It's somewhere in here. But you can look back at the cinematic archive. We have the Die Machina intro and then a couple of intros and outros after that, and then a Vanguard handout. We have this sick East Berlin cutscene with Maxis, and we didn't get another one the rest of the game. They could have crammed, maybe not crammed, but they could have included so much of this intel into a teaser cutscene for Firebase C, or Marauder Toten, or Forsaken, or Outbreak. Anything like that. If they put more care into the Outbreak maps, maybe it would feel more like streamlined and not just so open and just like a multiplayer map, which it is. That's another part of the issue. 250 of the 578 intel is all in Outbreak. Nobody is going to go and get. It also was like gated behind only 3 a game. So nobody is going to play like 70 games of Outbreak just to get all the intel in the game. Except me. But like a realistic person, even if they care about the Cold War story, which very few people did, will go and get all this intel. It is a terrible system because of how much there is and how hard it is to get it all. To the point where only the most die-hard Zombies fans that have nothing else to do except play COD Zombies and are tired of the other Zombies games will go and grind this for entertainment. That is the only thing it can provide. Entertainment of mind-numbingly boring intel grinding. It is not actually entertaining, boring, anything. It's mind-numbing. I just muted, or not muted, I accidentally hit F9, which paused my recording, by the way, so sorry about that. But like this whole thing could have been solved by having a longer time to produce the game, more budget on Zombies, and less cram into this. Because this intel system is not terrible, but it is bad. Terrible would be what the freaking Vanguard system was. I don't even remember that, but I remember there were like 3 like intel sources on the map, everything, and they were just making stuff up about Scarlet and her dad and stuff like that, and like bringing the Chaos story in when it didn't need to be in here. Like, that's what terrible is. What's bad is the Cold War Zombies storytelling. And truly, if they combine Cold War and they combine Black Ops 3 into one system, it can be 1,000 times better than either system. But they need to take the best of both worlds in Black Ops 6 and implement them well. And maybe put it into an out-of-game quest. Maybe you get this real-life location that we're talking about, and if you go there, there's like an Easter egg or something, like in real life. Like maybe there's something like that. Maybe you put a website out called requiem.com, and maybe that's where you get the intel. Maybe there's, something for that. Maybe like the game hints at something outside of the game. It breaks the fourth wall, but tells you story by doing that. They can make so much come out of this. There's so much potential for this system. It just needs to be iterated on and changed and made better. So that's my rant. I don't think the intel system ruined the COD Zombies story, but I think it changed the way people looked at it. Especially with zero care for the actual COD Zombies, story anymore. The characters, the lore. It didn't matter. It wasn't Richtofen, Nikolai, anything like that. It was new. And without a set crew, it ruined everything. That's my rant. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. I'll see y'all on the next one. Deuces.